Well, the news about the Xbox just keeps getting better and better and better. And you know what? I'm so happy because um, it's Xbox. It's a brand that. Before we talk about this, and I don't mean to go off the subject. We'll talk about the what the memo is that she sent to all the employees of Xbox. And there's a photo here. You can see they had like a meeting, and she sent out the memo for all of the employees because she's the new CEO. I want to say a few things before we deep dive into this and read this whole segment. Ever since 2001, even though I had PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 2 back in 2001 was pretty established. It was like the best selling console of all time. Even I was a little bit skeptical about Microsoft and Bill Gates trying to move into the hardware of consoles because they were mainly software company, Windows and software. Yeah, they did sell some keyboards and they did sell some, controllers and joysticks and stuff like that and mouses, but they were never like a hardware company creating consoles. So when I heard that they were going to make a console, I was a little bit skeptical, even with the Dwayne Johnson and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, that famous video with Bill Gates and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and when they finally showcased the Xbox, I was still a little bit skeptical because I was like, man, how could they compete with PlayStation 2? Even Dreamcast couldn't compete with, and we're talking Sega, dude, Sega. I was like, even Sega had to throw in a towel and they couldn't compete with Xbox. I was like, there's no way that they can take on this huge giant Sony PlayStation 2. Because you have to remember, PlayStation 2 will go down in history as the best selling console of all time. I think it's already in the history books. Okay. The reason I'm telling you this story because I want you to know that I always had love for Xbox. And even though I had a PlayStation 2 and I was very happy with my PlayStation 2 like everyone else, but when I first purchased my Xbox, original Xbox, back in 2001, November 15, 2001. I remember purchasing it at my local Circuit City. I remember me and my brother, we couldn't put the controller down. We were so amazed the way the console looks when you start it, the user interface, everything. And we were amazed by the graphics of Halo Combat Evolved. I think there was two games that I picked up: Halo Combat Evolved and Project Gotham Racing. So Halo Combat Evolved and Project Gotham Racing. So those two games. And I remember playing. First, we played Project Gotham Racing. Oh, let's check it out. We were impressed just how beautiful it looks, the graphics and everything. We were really impressed by how Project Gotham Racing looks. But then what really made us stand in awe, was Halo Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved was it for me. That's the love. I didn't even touch my Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty till after I finished the Halo Combat Evolved. After I finished Halo Combat Evolved, it's then after I finished it, then I finished, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. I didn't even touch my Grand Theft Auto 3. I didn't even finish Grand Theft Auto 3 because I was so preoccupied, dude. I was so preoccupied with Halo Combat Evolved. So the reason I'm telling you this, because I want you to know my history with the Xbox and my experience with the Xbox, and Xbox is not something that I just recently started like becoming a fan. I've been always a fan of Xbox for 25 years, and then once they released Xbox 360, are you kidding me? Even with a ring, what you call that ring, red ring of death. Even with a red ring of death, I still purchased Xbox 360. I still purchased it. I think I purchased 4. The fourth one was the one that was really good, was the 360 Elite. That's the one where they finally were able to fix it, make it work. Before that, I had, Modern Warfare 2 version. I had the arcade version. I mean, so many different versions. So, I always have been a fan of Xbox. And even my channel, the way I started my channel. What was the first video in 2016? Was Xbox One S. And then following with the Project Scorpio, Xbox One X. So, I want you guys to know that I always have been a fan of Xbox, but I also have been critical of Xbox, since 2013 and this whole Kinect DirecTV. I mean, not DirecTV. I mean, it was a DirecTV. It was a Kinect DirecTV, get the sports package DirecTV, whatever. I think they did have DirecTV, some kind of like a plan where you can get the Xbox One and NFL Ticket, DirecTV, or whatever. It did look like a DirecTV. It looked like a receiver, and the whole presentation of Xbox One in 2013 was like almost like they were like I forget the name of the CEO. Who was the guy? Dan Patrick or something. I don't know. Dan Patrick or whatever his name was. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Dean Patrick, Dan Patrick, whatever his name was. I'm sorry for not remembering his name. But anyway, like the way he was advertising the Xbox One, it was almost like he was advertising DirecTV. Like he was selling me a DirecTV. Like, what's your favorite football games? What's your favorite NBA games and NHL games, etc., etc. And this whole Kinect thing. And they totally forgot about, the exclusives and the console. What makes the console was the exclusives. So that was in 2013, and then Phil Spencer stepped in, and sure, with the Xbox One S, I was pretty happy about the upscaling, the 4K upscaling, the HDR capabilities, a built-in 4K Blu-ray player, Project Scorpio, Xbox One X, playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in a native 4K 30 FPS, 30 frames per second. So I always have been attached to Xbox in some way or the other. So the reason I'm giving you this 7-minute speech is because for all of you who are new to my channel, I think it's important that you hear this from me. Because I know you just found out about my channel. You don't know me. I get it. I understand. So this is me telling you that I have been a fan of Xbox since they started. Okay, so this is very important that I need you guys to understand. And now, why am I telling you this? Because that's exactly what Ashi Sharma is doing. She's going back to where it all started by having this memo, sending this memo to all of the employees. Okay, these are all employees of Xbox, and it's so good to see her send this memo and send this message. So let's read this message and this memo, and that's what I want to do in this video. And the reason I'm telling you this in the beginning, because that's exactly where she's going. She's like, why don't we go back to what made the Xbox? Let's go back 25 years ago. What made it stand out to even the mighty PlayStation 2 Sony? What made it stand out? And I think that's what she's trying to achieve. So let's go ahead and let's read this. This is the memo that was sent to all the employees. This message was sent to Team Xbox employees globally. Dear team, Xbox always been different. We started with a simple idea. Games should bring people together through shared experiences. That led to the first Xbox in 2001, Xbox Live in 2002, and new ways to connect, from friends list and achievements to parties and play across devices. Today, Xbox reaches over 500 million players around the world with some of the most important franchise in entertainment. From the beginning, Xbox was built by people willing to try things that others wouldn't. We placed a consumer bet inside an enterprise company because we believed gaming would define the living room, and we're at risk of missing it. The spirit has carried us through the last 25 years, and it's required to carry us forward. I couldn't agree more with this statement. This is probably the best statement. The spirit has carried us through the last 25 years, and it's required to carry us forward. Players are frustrated. We have work to do. We have work to do. Players are frustrated. New feature drops on the consoles have been less frequent. Our presence on PC isn't strong enough. Pricing is getting harder for people to keep up with, and core experiences like search, discovery, social, and personalization still feel too fragmented. Developers and publishers are asking for more too. Better tools, better insights, and platform that helps them grow faster. At the same time, a new generation of players is coming online with different expectations. Their time is split across games, media, and everything else competing for attention. They expect more content in familiar places, want to shape the worlds they play in, and want to create and socialize together, not just play together. These changes are happening as the industry reshapes around us. Console remains large and stable. Windows now represents more players and more hours, and it's increasingly where competition is most intense. Players have access to more games than ever. Even as the cost and time to build the blockbuster titles continue to rise, putting pressure on what gets made and how risk is taken. Some of the biggest recent hits are coming from small teams or even single creators, and places like Roblox are producing experiences that rival major franchises in scale. And this is true. You look at Roblox, man. Like millions and millions of players in Roblox, and so many creative things that they're creating, so many creative games. More players are also choosing subscriptions and services as their primary way to play, with expectations set around instant access, ongoing value, and libraries that evolve continuously. The industry is becoming global and competitive. More than half of market's revenue, players, and growth are happening outside of our core markets. But the rest of the world is not just a large market. Developers, they are increasingly competing with the most established Western studios, combining scale, speed, and willingness to reinvent genres may once considered mature. The model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Xbox will be where the world plays. Xbox will be where the world plays and creates. We build global platforms that connects players, creators everywhere. Console is the foundation, delivering a premium experience, and cloud brings the experience to any device. You can play where you want, and your games progress. Friends' identity stay with you across console, PC, mobile, and cloud. Xbox will be built to be affordable. Yes, this is great. Xbox will be built to be affordable, personal, and open. Let's read this one more time. Xbox will be built to be affordable and open. We will offer flexible pricing so it's easy to get started and keep playing. The experience will adapt to you, letting you customize how you play, helping you find what you love, and connecting you with the right people. And we will be open to all creators, from individuals to the largest studios, giving anyone the tools to reach a global audience and keep their games growing over time. This is what really is making me happy. Xbox will be built to be affordable. So, our new North Star will be daily active players. We will execute this through our 4 priorities: hardware, content, experience, and services. All right, so this is their goal. Our new North Star will be daily active players. We will execute this through 4 priorities: hardware, content, experience, and services. Hardware. Stabilize Gen 9's healthy and high quality base. Deliver Project Helix to lead in performance and play your console and PC games. Lead in comfortable, personal, high performance accessories. Build a strong ecosystem that expands choice and reach. Content. Grow and extend an enduring portfolio of franchises players love. There you go. See this? This is mean exclusives. She's talking about exclusives here when it comes to content. Grow and extend an enduring portfolio of franchises players love. Evolve our 3P partnership and strengthen our 5-year slate. Expand into China, emerging markets, and mobile-first audiences. Maintain and grow in live games and long-term stewardship. Elevate creator-centric platforms like Minecraft, Elder Scrolls, and Sea of Thieves. Experience. Fix the fundamentals for players and partners. Make Xbox the best place for developers and creators to build and grow. Overhaul discovery, customization, social and personalization to connect to the community, Forfeit Game Pass with clear differentiation and sustainable economics. That's what I'm talking about. Fortify Game Pass with clear differentiation and sustainable economics, meaning to make it affordable. Return the business to durable growth with strong cost discipline. Make cloud play feel native and reliable. Make cloud play feel native, fast, and reliable. This means they want to compete with GeForce now. They want to make sure when you're playing on the cloud, it feels native, that you're playing on a native resolution with a great bit rate and great quality and performance. Use M&A deliberately to accelerate growth where organic paths are too slow. Along the way, we will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI. Share more as we learn and decide. Wow, there it is right there. Along the way, we will reevaluate. Right there, reevaluate our approach. That was the revision that I was talking about. This whole message, it's exactly what I was saying on that previous video. It's this revision. And the revision is simple. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Let's keep it simple. What made the original Xbox so successful and so unique? Let's keep that same momentum that we did 25 years ago. We are Xbox. To achieve our master plan, the way we work must transform. Our best work happens when the full stack moves together. Microsoft Gaming describes our structure, but it does not describe our ambition. So we're going back to where we started and changing our team's name. We are Xbox. We are Xbox. That's what we are. We are Xbox. That's right. Because that's where it all started, man. It's Xbox. We're Xbox. Like PlayStation. PlayStation is PlayStation. Even though it's owned by Sony. But it's PlayStation. Same thing here. Yes, I know it's owned by Microsoft. But it's Xbox. We are high agency culture. We're wild and wonderful ideas thrive. Our job is not to smooth over our differences, but to connect everyone into something greater than any one studio or product. We have to be honest about where we are. We're challengers, and meeting this moment will require pace, energy, and a level of self-critique, and that should feel uncomfortable. At our best, we earn every player, protect our art, stay rebellious, progress over perfection, signal over ceremony, core before more, outwork the problem, speed is learning, makers over managers. Clarity is kindness. Over the hold on. Let's read this. Over the last 5 years, Xbox and the industries have been through an unimaginable amount of change, and this team has continued to deliver through it for our community. Thank you for staying focused on what matters. 62 days in, and we're proud of how we honored our commitments of great games, return of Xbox, and future of play. We are here to do the most creative and courageous work of our lives, and that's what we'll do together. With gratitude, Matt and Asha. Man, if you're not excited about this, dude, right now, dude, I'm like super happy to be. I could call myself an Xbox fanboy, like proudly now. If you love Xbox, man, you have to be proud. You have to feel good. With this, if you're an Xbox fan, I don't want to use the word fanboy. Forgive me for using the word fanboy. If you are an Xbox fan, and you have been an Xbox fan like I have since 2001 for 25 years. 25 years. Look at me, man. Look at these gray hairs. That's 25 years ago. You have to be proud. I feel proud about this because, Xbox is dear to so many people in this country. It has a lot of history. People are emotionally invested with this console. It reminds them of their loved ones. It reminds them of their parents. There's so many stories about, you hear stories about how, before my father passed away, he bought me an Xbox. We've been playing together, or before my mom passed away, she bought me an Xbox, and I met my girlfriend, and then she became my future wife. And now we have kids together, and the Xbox has been part of our life, and now our kids are playing Xbox. There's so many stories you hear about the Xbox, and just like how attached people are emotionally with this brand. And it's so good to see that Asha Sharma realizes that. She realizes how to fix this. And honestly, it didn't take too long. She was able to pick up on this very quickly. She was like, well, wait a minute. What has happened? And I know that she knows what has happened. Bad decisions. It was what has happened. Now, I don't want to, waste my time speculating, pointing fingers. Whose fault was it? Was it a Phil Spencer's fault? Was it what's her name? Sarah Bond's fault? It doesn't matter. Whose fault is it? Who made the decision? I don't want to go through this pointing fingers blame. That's not going to do us really any good right now. What happened happened. The past is the past. Okay, I don't like wasting time in the past. Someone will do a documentary. Maybe they'll figure out what really went down, or maybe Phil Spencer will open up about it one day and he'll tell us the whole truth. He's the only man who knows. Okay, whenever he's ready, I'm sure he will tell us what went wrong, etc., etc. But for right now, let's focus on what's important. What's important is that Xbox is back, and I'm super happy about this, man. I'm telling you, this is a great time to be an Xbox fan. And if you are already an Xbox fan, then you have to be very proud of this moment. And this also gets me excited for the holiday season of Xbox and the next year for the Xbox. I'm even thinking about buying Xbox Series X again. I'm even thinking about buying an Xbox Series X again, and purchasing Project Helix next year. So this is all great. This is really great news, and I know it's 24 minutes. I don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to make this video to tell you how amazing this is. And Xbox is back, man. It's really, it's almost emotional, dude. To me, it's a little bit emotional because 25 years ago, man, there's a lot of history with this console, dude. A lot of great memories I had with this console. So it really, you know, it's very emotional to hear, to see how, you know, we're back, and it's great, man. It's great to see this. It's really emotional. It's great to see this. Thank you for watching, and to all my Xbox fans, you should be very proud. You should be very proud of this moment, and congratulations to Ashish Sharma, man. Congratulations. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.